Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to the Redgate-Large channel. It is another weekend. We've already had Premier League fixtures for this weekend. We've already had, who was it last night? It was Southampton, wasn't it? Southampton and Aston Villa. I'm sure Josh will be keeping finely attuned to that one. But today we have a Manchester derby, and what a game it could be. I think this is only going to go one way, but I'm intrigued to see what you guys think. Let me know. Get in the chat. Let us know your score predictions and who you think is going to come out on top for this game. It is a Manchester derby. Manchester United take on Manchester City. We've got a new setup for it as well. As you can see, I've got my fantastic blue studio, and we've also got the lineups as well, which we will run through in a quick second. Just a friendly reminder to those who haven't, if you haven't already, be sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. And we're going to keep you up to date with everything going on in the Manchester derby today. And like I said, make sure you get your score predictions in the chat below. And Fraser is in the chat saying, oh, nice setup. Thank you, Fraser. Really, really appreciate it. But we don't have to go on Sofa Scores today to find out the lineups, because we've got our nice little lineup thing to this way over here. And let's have a run through. Let's talk lineups for today. So starting off, we'll start off with the home side. As you can see on your screen, we have David De Gea started in goal for Manchester United. He's been a bit inconsistent this season. Last season, he wasn't very good. This season, he looked like he'd started to find his way. Maybe made a couple of mistakes in midweek, which is making me say inconsistent. Maybe, I don't think he is. He's not been really that inconsistent this season. Of course, the mistakes last week weren't fantastic, but we'll deal with them. You'll deal with them, won't you, Manchester United fans? And today could be a massive game for David De Gea. Then the formation is a 5 at the back. So Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is remaining as manager and still trying to turn himself into Antonio Conte. So the 5 at the back starts off with Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the right-hand side. I think it's Lindelof, Bailey and Maguire as the 3 centre-halves. So left to right, Lindelof on the right, Bailey through the middle, and Maguire on the left, with Shaw starting at left wing-back. We saw in midweek, though, that despite Manchester United playing 5 at the back and their best attempts to imitate Antonio Conte, that we still have the problem, or they still have the problem, should I say. Why did I just lump myself in there with Manchester United fans? But Manchester United still have the problem that they are exposed at the back and they cannot score. They cannot score without Cristiano Ronaldo, and opportunities at the back are fantastic. So 5 at the back. Moving on to 2 in midfield, which is Scott McTominay and Fred. Still no Donny van de Beek. Still no Jadon Sancho. Still none of these players, no Jesse Lingard either in the squad. So a lot of talent on the bench for today's game. As always with Manchester United, they seem to look a little bit like they've got too many players overall. And we talk about City having a big squad, Chelsea having a big squad, but these teams get the rotation. United haven't had any of the rotation, and as I can see by Shah's comment, he's not impressed with the 5 at the back. And yes, you did defensively. Manchester United were shocking against Atalanta in midweek, but against Spurs, admittedly, it is Spurs, and I don't mean that just to slander Spurs. It was a Spurs side which were poor, but they did do well there. So in attacking midfield is Bruno Fernandes. And then you've got Ronaldo and Greenwood up front. Looks like it'll be a 3-5-2, if you will, with Bruno just slightly in front of McSauce and Fred, which would be, ideal for them, because then they've got a little bit of an attacking outlet from midfield. The width obviously provided by Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw, and then ideally there will be a strong defence between Lindelof, Bailly and Maguire. But Ronaldo and Greenwood, they've definitely got goals in them, haven't they? They've definitely got goals in them. Let's have a look at the comments before we move on to the Manchester City side. Erin says she reckons a 2-1 Manchester City win, but I don't know. New setup is looking good. Enjoy. Thank you for stopping by, Erin. I really do appreciate it. And Fraser's sad at the moment because his email account has been hacked and can't access his YouTube. Oh, that's a shame, Fraser. Hopefully you get that sorted out soon. I'm in Sky Sports' studio. I wish I was. And I'm here with Jeff for Soccer Saturday. Rumour has it I'm taking over from Jeff at the end of the season. Rumour has it. I've handed my CV in. But we'll move on to the Manchester City side. Where am I going to put this cup? I'll put it over here so that I don't knock it. Move on to the Manchester City lineups. And as you can see, Manchester City again are pretty much full strength, aren't they? Pretty much full strength since losing Aguero last season. And of course, hopefully Aguero will be returning back to football sooner rather than later, as he has been ruled out for 3 months with a problem with his heart. So hopefully, best of luck to him. Hopefully he gets that sorted out. But since losing Sergio Aguero, they haven't really had a starting striker. And I don't think, despite Jesus' presence on the field there, I don't think it will be Jesus starting through the middle. I think he'll start off the right with Kevin De Bruyne as a false nine. But we'll dive into that when we get to them. Starting off in goal, it looks like a classic 4-3-3 for Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. Ederson starts in goal with Walker and João Cancelo as the two fullbacks. Diaz and John Stones start as the two centre-half. John Stones, of course, hasn't really featured much this season. In comparison to what he was featuring last season, he was pretty much playing every game. But now we've got John Stones back in the side. It's good for England, of course. He'll want to be keeping those call-ups, and he had a fantastic season last season. Teams are just about to come out onto the pitch as well. Then we have Rodri, De Bruyne, and either Bernardo Silva or De Bruyne. Like I mentioned, I think it will be De Bruyne through the middle as a false nine. So I'm going to say Rodri, Gundogan, and Bernardo Silva in that midfield three, with Rodri, of course, the centrepiece. Gundogan, the captain for today, as you can see. Bit of a weird one that. I thought it would have gone to Kevin De Bruyne, but clearly Pep Guardiola sees something that I don't necessarily. Both teams just coming out onto the field now. And then the three up front, which I think it will be Jesus off the right, De Bruyne through the middle, and Foden off the left. That is what I'm thinking for the front three for Manchester City today. A very, very strong side. And we know that Pep Guardiola's sides don't really need a sort of a centerpiece because of how fluid in transition the midfielders and the attackers are. We know that they don't need that out-and-out striker. Even when they had Lionel Messi in the Barcelona side, he wasn't really an out-and-out striker. He'd drop in into the space just in front of the midfield, between the midfield and the defenders, and just roam in that area, and really could be a fantastic player for them and brought the best out of Lionel Messi. And so maybe that's what he's looking at today. Maybe he's looking to use someone such as De Bruyne or a Foden, someone who's good on the ball, can distribute well, but has a good shot on them to sort of sit in that false nine role. And I think it could work really well for Manchester City this afternoon. J-Back is in the chat as well. We've got Ian in the chat, and Shah is, of course, in the chat as well. Never miss a Man United game, Shah. And let's have a look at some of the score predictions. So we've had Erin going 2-1 City. Shah's going for 2-1. Come on, the Red Devils. And J-Back's asking what mine is. I'll get to that in a second, Jay. You need to put yours in. To be honest, United could play with 12 men and would still lose, says Ian. Probably 4-0 to Man City. I think there's only one winner here, and I am going to back Manchester City. If United come away with something, it will be a massive, massive result for Manchester United, but I just don't see it at this current moment in time. Man City are flying. They look really good. Man United, on the other hand, they're playing a three at the back when they don't really know how to play at three at the back. And we saw that in midweek against Atalanta, being bailed out by Cristiano Ronaldo. So I am going to go with, I think there's going to be goals in this. I think 3-1. Wow, that was almost instant, Jay. That popped up. We both said 3-1 at exactly the same time. So that was almost instant. There will be a minute of silence to remember those who we have lost during the two world wars. And so I will shut up, and then we'll get back with the football. Just bringing out the wreaths are being laid by Pep Guardiola and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Of course, I don't have the sound on, so I can't tell when the actual start is. There's a round of applause though going round, and then, like I said, I will shut up and we will remember those who have fallen. And there we are. That is the end of the Remembrance minute or two, or whatever it will be. I don't know how long that was. It feels like a lot longer when you sat there waiting for a live stream. Shah says, I'll be watching the game. Can't miss a Sam stream or a derby. Right, exactly, Shah. Exactly. That is the right way to go about it. Let me get my timer all ready for us then, guys. And hopefully start at the same time as the Manchester United game kicks off. Hopefully we can get that set up to the exact second, exactly the same. If you haven't already, guys, be sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe. I will keep you up to date with everything going on in today's Manchester derby. The players, of course, sporting their poppies on their shirts for Remembrance Day. And we will be underway in a little while. For some reason zoomed in on Gabriel Jesus, who looks like he's gone out to that right-hand side already, Gabriel Jesus. And football's not even kicked off here. So that shows intent. That shows what Pep's going to do. He's going to play with a false nine. He's going to have Jesus off the right-hand side and either one of Phil Foden or Kevin De Bruyne through the middle in the false nine role. And we are underway here then. We are underway. Hopefully that is working. It looks like it should be working nice for us. Let me get my get back onto the screen so I can see what's going on. Come on, Google. There we are. Underway, ladies and gents. Underway. And it was Manchester City who got us off. Got us kicked off, and they are kicking from right to left in this first half, and Manchester United going from left to right, both in their home kits for today. Two sides in completely contrasting form, like we've been discussing earlier. I think Manchester United, there's a lot on the line here for United, but United fans, any in the chat, do you want Ole to stay? Because it seems to be an overwhelming majority nowadays don't want Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in the club. They definitely don't want him in the club. And unfortunately, it seems to be that whenever his job's on the line, everyone turns into a fantastic player. Everyone turns into a brilliant player and manages to keep his job. It seems to have happened for the last 2 and a bit seasons. Every time someone's questioned it, somehow they've pulled results out of the bag. But they definitely need a good result today. And especially against City rivals, Grealish on the bench due to poor performances in the past few matches. Yeah, big controversial. João Cancelo looking forward there for De Bruyne, who is the furthest forward, falls to Jesus. Jesus trying to wriggle free from, I believe that was Fred who put in a lovely tackle, rolls it into Ronaldo. Ronaldo, though, easily shrugged off the ball by Kyle Walker, and City retain possession. Yeah, I think Jack Grealish has been a bit unlucky since he started his Manchester City career, but I just find it mind blowing, this Manchester City side generally, and if you've got to expect the goals to start flooding for Jack Grealish or the assists to start flooding for Jack Grealish. He's not had the introduction to life in Manchester that we maybe expected. Expected him to hit the ground running. 100 million, of course, is a big fee, but, and of course this is a big but, you need to step up when those occasions arise. De Bruyne now looks forward to the feet of Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva looks to cut in on his left foot and look to bend one up to that top corner, and he's just got the he's just maybe not taken the right decision there. It was a good boy from De Bruyne. De Bruyne manages to set Bernardo Silva free when I finally got his name out, rather than calling him a Foden. But he did just blaze it wide, and maybe a half opportunity and maybe a sight of what Manchester City are going to do today. They're going to play the ball into feet, play the ball short, and play in between the defensive line and the midfield line. Manchester United have a lot of defenders on the field and two defensive midfielders, basically doing the Gareth Southgate, isn't he? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And as a result, there's going to be a lot of defenders for Manchester City to break down, and it's whether they will be good enough. Foden is starting out on this left-hand side as well. So I'm intrigued to see, though, which of the midfielders will start in that sort of centre-forward role. Looks like everyone is moving around. Ian says, wow, looks like I'm the only non-mod in here. You'll get mod soon. You'll get mod soon. I've just got to make sure that everyone is... that I know who you are, Ian, and that you're a sound lad, but you seem like one. I just like to give myself a little bit of time. I will get round to it, Ian. I will get round to it. Lovely switch there to Kyle Walker. Max is in the chat. Evening, Max. Lovely ball into the feet of, is that Bernardo Silva? I don't know why my stream's gone all laggy. Walker under that. Bit of a clash of heads there with Luke Shaw, but Manchester United are going to carry on here with Mason Greenwood. Greenwood goes back into Bailly. Back into Greenwood. Greenwood finds the feet of Fred. Fred with a bit of space here. Clips the ball out to Cristiano Ronaldo, the great man himself, against Walker. Walker does well, though, to stop him initially. And Jesus doubles up. And that is a foul. That is a foul. I'm very surprised that was a foul. Better be on my busy behaviour. Exactly, Ian. Exactly. I can actually make this game. Brilliant. Brilliant, Max. Lovely to see you. And let us know your score prediction for today's game as well. Let us know. I'm really anxious because this chair reclines, but of course I've got the green screen behind me. So hopefully I don't recline the chair into the green screen. 5 minutes on the clock. Realise now that we've actually got a timer, I don't have to say that, but there we are. 5 minutes on the clock, ladies and gents. Luke Shaw has a free kick on the left-hand side. He's going to look to whip one in towards the box. Luke Shaw. Can Harry Maguire? Oh! Maguire gets up, gets his head on it, and he's just glanced it wide. Should have taken that better there, big old slabhead. He should have done better. With the heading ability of Harry Maguire, he should have done much, much better there. It was a great ball in from Luke Shaw, and I think it's just hit his arm. It's hit him there. He's gone to header it, and it's just hit him there and pinged off. And unfortunately, for Manchester United, it has gone wide. But a good early opportunity there. Maybe something for Manchester United to grow on. But the possession so far dominated by Manchester City. Cancelo into Diaz. Diaz has a bit of room here. No pressure from Manchester United. Goes back to Cancelo, who's on this left-hand side for today's game. Rodri. Lovely ball into Bernardo Silva, who's got a bit of room. Rolls it out wide to Jesus. Jesus into De Bruyne. De Bruyne shoots. Blocked by Fred. Good block there by Fred, and it fell to Bailly. Here's Wan-Bissaka. Back into... Bruno trying to get himself out of trouble here. It's a 3v2 in the Manchester United corner, and that's awfully cleared. Only found Rodri. Sam, I'm a big fan of the new setup. Thank you. Hopefully it looks okay. I don't know why my stream just froze there. You can probably tell by the fact I just stopped commentating midway through. Come on. Where have you gone? What is going on here? No. Has my internet dropped out? I can't tell if my internet's dropped out. You guys can still hear me, right? I am still on because I think my internet's dropping. And I've just seen that Manchester City have scored, which is annoying because I'm not going to be able to see this now. Let me go on my phone. It is 1-0, but I've not... I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. My internet is like dropping out. I can't load web pages. Oh, what a catastrophe. What a catastrophe. Oh, no. What a catastrophe this is. This is, ladies and gents. Oh, we get the stream all set up and then the internet screws me over. Real. Thanks. Thanks. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Let me try this one. Why does it not let me reach web pages? Apologies about this, ladies and gents. You guys seem to know what the drill is, though, and the goal is an Eric Bailly own goal on 7 minutes, and so it is Manchester City 1, Manchester United 0. This is an absolute shambles. I do apologise for this. For some reason, I'm just not loading any of the web pages, and you guys can still see me. It still looks like there's no problems there. So I don't quite understand what is going on here. I don't quite understand why I can't load web pages, but what an absolute shambles this is. I do apologize, ladies and gents. I do apologize for this. It's so annoying, but it is Manchester City 1, Manchester United 0. Unfortunately, I can't give you the commentary. I can't give you the rundown on what happened there because everything seems to not be working for me at this current moment in time. Let me click on, let's try this page, see if this page will let me on. Come on. There we are. I am back up to speed. I'm a little bit behind now, unfortunately, but I am back up to speed. Manchester United are... Oh, that's annoying. I do apologise for that. I really do apologise. I don't know why my laptop decided to do that, but apologies. It is Manchester City 1 already as well inside 10 minutes. 7 minutes on the clock, I do believe, was when the ball struck the back of the net. That's really, really annoying. I do apologise to everyone who is watching. Let me update all of the banners and stuff, and then we'll get ourselves back underway. But that's annoying. That's really annoyed me. I do apologise. I really do. But we've ended up with a stream with better quality, so hopefully this one will end up holding itself out. I just stopped reload, like the web page just wouldn't work for me there, and that is the score for you. But I wish it was Chris Kamara. Chris Kamara would have at least been able to see that there was football being played. My thing just completely died. But nevertheless, Bailly own goal. Oh gosh. Well, not the best of starts though. Not the best of starts for Manchester United. They won't have wanted that. That wouldn't have been in their opening talks and discussions, would it? That would not have been in the opening discussions. Afternoon to you, Jace, as well. Afternoon. It is Manchester United 1. Manchester United 1. Manchester City 1. Thanks to a own goal from the man, the myth, the legend that is Eric Bailly, who scored himself an own goal early on in this game. Why does that keep doing that? Right. Here's Cancelo. Cancelo into Foden. Foden taking his time, wriggling the ball free. I've just paused the timer just so we're at the right time for you guys. Here's Gundogan, back into Foden. Foden trying to wriggle free from Wan-Bissaka, rolls it into Gundogan, and that's easily read by Wan-Bissaka that time, but Bruno's given the ball away again, but he's managed to ping its way through to Fred. Fred, lovely play, intricate play between Manchester United to get themselves out of the corner there, but that's well easily won by Gabriel Jesus, and City are going to go forward again. The pass is blocked, though, and it has gone out for a Manchester City throw-in. Manchester City throw-in deep inside the Manchester United half here. 12 minutes on the clock. And like I say, apologies again for the stream, it cutting out and me not being able to reload and talk you through the goal. But Manchester United won't be pleased with the start that they have made. They'll have wanted to keep themselves in the game for as long as possible. And I said that about Malmo the other day. But this is really what Manchester United have got to do. They've got to keep themselves in this game for as long as possible, because we know that they're more than capable. And if you give Ronaldo a sniff, not even a sniff of an opportunity, he will score a goal. So they need to keep themselves in the middle, in the centre of things for as long as possible. Here's João Cancelo with a bit of room. Tempo, question mark. It's all Manchester City. 74% possession Manchester City so far, Jace. It's Manchester City dominating. But we would expect that. United are set up to defend and defend well. And a 3 at the back or a 5 at the back look like a good option. But obviously they've gone down so early in this game. They'll have wanted to hold on until about 70, 80 minutes, keep themselves in the game. But with them going down so early, it's going to be difficult for them now. Hopefully they can work out an attacking route and a way to goal, Manchester United. Otherwise, this could be a long, long day at the office for the Red Devils. Diaz to Cancelo. Cancelo rolls it back into Diaz. Diaz has a bit of room here. Can he pick out a pass? He does. He goes for Bernardo Silva's feet. And a bit of a dodgy first touch there, but Rodri's managed to recycle play and give it to De Bruyne. De Bruyne, oh, lovely ball whipped in there, just slightly in front of Phil Foden. Just slightly in front of Phil Foden. He just couldn't quite get on the end of that, the young Englishman. But that was a lovely ball from Kevin De Bruyne. Lovely ball from Kevin De Bruyne. And so close to finding a good run as well. A very good run from Phil Foden. I'm just going to look on Twitter, see if I can find the goal on Twitter. Hopefully I can, but that's a lovely ball from Gundogan to find De Bruyne. De Bruyne, let him talk, rolls it back to Rodri. Rodri finds Cancelo. Cancelo slides in. Phil Foden tries to cross, but standing strong there was Eric Bailly. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Let me see if I can find the video. Phil Foden's gone down off the ball. Oh, that's unfortunate, that own goal. Just looking at that again, Cancelo got down that left-hand side, went to whip it in, and Bailly's tried to do everything right there for Manchester United, and he's just ended up slide tackling the ball into his own goal. A little bit unfortunate there, but these things do happen in football. 16 people in the chat. If you haven't already, smash that like button, hit subscribe. I'll keep you, or at least I'll try and keep you up to date with everything going on in the stream. Manchester City have a free kick deep inside this Manchester United half. De Bruyne and Foden over it. Foden was fouled. De Bruyne it is, whips it in. Cleared nicely, though, by Ronaldo, of all people. And Rodri tries to get under that, being pressured by Fred. He's had to come all the way back to Kyle Walker, though. Sam, is this your real mum? I don't know. I don't know anymore. Here's Walker. All the way back to Edison. Action areas in this first half, 58% has been right in the centre of midfield. Phil Foden's won the ball back high there and finds Bernardo Silva. Silva comes back, though, to Cancelo, and City have nearly played themselves into trouble there, but fortunately Rodri was switched on enough to nick the ball in front of Cristiano Ronaldo, who was putting a good press on. If you haven't already, ladies and gents, be sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe. It would do the world to me. Can we do the world to me? Mean the world to me? Can we get ourselves up to how many likes are we on the stream right now? Can we get ourselves up to 20 likes on this stream? That would be brilliant. And of course, we're edging closer to that 450 mark, even though we did lose a load of subs the other day for no apparent reason whatsoever. But we are moving closer and closer to 450. So if you could smash that like button, hit subscribe, that would be greatly, greatly appreciated. Hit those thumbs up and subscribe. New setup looks good. Thank you, Fraser. Thank you, Fraser. Bruno Fernandes, 6 assists in his previous 7 appearances for Manchester United. He seems to have gone quiet, doesn't he? Whilst Ronaldo's been here. Oh, Fred's given the ball away to De Bruyne in a promising position. De Bruyne comes back to Rodri and maybe could have done a bit more with that had De Bruyne gone forward. Here is Ruben Dias into Jesus, finds De Bruyne. De Bruyne looks to cross one in again. Gundogan was under it, but cleared by Eric Bailly. Better defending from Eric Bailly this time. Here's Cancelo, who was causing all kinds of problems in this opening 15-20 minutes. Yeah, lovely bit of dribble there. Here's Foden. Foden with a bit of room. Finds Gundogan. Gundogan drives into a bit of space. Comes to Bernardo Silva. Silva looks to cut in on his left foot. Tries to find De Bruyne. De Bruyne looks to poke one through to Phil Foden. And he's just overhit that pass through. And that will be a Manchester United goal kick. But on Manchester United, Bruno Fernandes has looked a different player since Ronaldo has come in. And unfortunately, that's not a good different player. We haven't seen the goal contributions that we would have maybe expected. But is that because of Manchester United's lack of form generally? Is it because of that? They're not scoring goals. Obviously, Ronaldo is the centrepiece, but does he take away goals from this Manchester United side where they would usually score them in other areas? Because you do want to play through Ronaldo. You know, if Ronaldo gets the ball, he is likely to score. That is Cristiano Ronaldo down to a T. He's one of the best at it. He is the second best player to grace the game, in my opinion, behind Lionel Messi. So he's a player who definitely can score you the goals, but is he hindering Bruno Fernandes's ability to score goals himself? Let us know, guys. Let us know what you think. Is Bruno Fernandes's lack of goals in recent weeks, is that down to Cristiano Ronaldo? Or is it just the fact that he set himself such high standards? Because he did score a phenomenal amount of goals in that first season and a half he's been at Manchester United. So it could just be that. Bruno Fernandes there does win a foul. Maradona better. I was going with Messi, but yeah, Maradona's definitely up there. But I can't really comment on Maradona because I've never seen him play in person, unfortunately, or on the telly. I've never really watched him, so I can't really comment on that. But for the 21st century, the two best players. Oh, De Bruyne slips there, but manages to regain possession. Ronaldo was in the past a great player, but he is past it. Ooh, that is a big claim from Ian there. Ladies and gents, what do you think to that one? What do you think to that one? Ronaldo was in the past a great player, but he is past it. Chat, let us know. What do you think? Do you think Ronaldo's past it? I am not so sure Ronaldo's past it. I think he's maybe not as good as what he once was, as Bruno Fernandes looks to unleash him there, being closely marked by Kyle Walker, and they have given it offside eventually, and Ronaldo kicks the ball away there angrily. Afternoon to Josh Ring as well. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're looking forward to your game today. If you haven't already, subscribe to A View from the Stands, not A View from the Sands. Maybe that can be Josh's alternate channel of where he goes to beaches and watches football. A View from the Sands. But if you haven't already subscribed to AVFTS, make sure you go and do that as well. There'll be a vlog coming your way from today's game later this evening on A View from the Stands. So make sure, if you haven't already, like I say, smash that subscribe button. Here's De Bruyne with a bit of room into Gabriel Jesus. Jesus trying to test and tease Luke Shaw here. Comes back to Kevin De Bruyne, back into Luke Shaw, but well read by Harry Maguire. Scott McTominay, though, not quite switched on to the second ball there, and he's given the ball away. City regain possession. Here's Kyle Walker. Walker to Rodri. Bit of a slower tempo. at the moment. Seems to be a bit lackadaisical. Manchester United, no real pressure to close them down. It's very much a half-court press here from Manchester United, but Wan-Bissaka's won that nicely, and here Manchester United go. But again, slow moving up front here. There's no movement from Greenwood. Ronaldo's coming in deep, and there's not much going forward, and Wan-Bissaka's just given the ball away there to Cancelo. It looks very, very cagey from Manchester United as Cancelo skips by Scott McSauce. Still going, Cancelo. Cancelo looks to pour a ball in. This might fall to De Bruyne. De Bruyne blocked by Bailly, and it has gone out for a Manchester City corner. Manchester City corner, beach football, exactly, beach football. Sam, a view from the sands. Chris Kamara, what's happening at Old Trafford? I'm keeping you up to date. I'm trying to, anyway. I'm trying to. Phil Foden to take this corner, though. Foden whips it in with that left foot of his, looking for the head of Rodri, flicked on though, and out the edge of the box by a combination of Lindelof and Shaw. Here's Cancelo to put one in, looking for John Stones that time, again defended this time by Bruno Fernandes, and De Bruyne's had to come all the way back to Edison there. I say all the way back, you know what Edison's like, he was halfway in his own half, but he wasn't on his goal line or anything, but he's had to come all the way back, and City are going to regroup and go again. United have lots of bodies and lots of numbers in the way of this Manchester City in the way of this Manchester City attack at the moment, and they're holding strong. Of course, if it was still 0-0, it'd be a good technique, but unfortunately, Manchester United are 1-0 down. It looks like they're going to sit back and try and hit him on the counter attack. Fred there fouling John Stones off the ball. Referee waves play on though, and has taken that into consideration as the ball is hooked back down the line, and Manchester United have won a throw in there from a dodgy pass back to Kyle Walker from Gabriel Jesus. Maguire finds Shaw. Shaw into the feet of Greenwood. Lovely turn from Mason Greenwood. Rolls it into Ronaldo, but there's no one in front there. All there is two banks of Manchester City blue. That's all there is in front of Cristiano Ronaldo there, because he's had to drop in deep. Maguire steps out. That's better. That's what they need to do. They need the ball driven out from the back rather than Ronaldo coming in deep for it. Ronaldo needs to stay in between those two defenders, making those runs in behind and waiting for balls to be whipped in. But Wan-Bissaka isn't good enough going forward, and Luke Shaw is really, really deep at the moment because he's not got the opportunity to go forward. Here's Maguire, though, stepping out, and Shaw's up there with him. Shaw has Maguire in support, uses him, but Scott McSauce is there as well. Goes to McSauce. Comes back. Eric Bailly. This is better from United. They're starting to push a few bodies forward. Lovely ball into Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka looks to cross one in, and that's blocked by Cancelo and cleared by Kevin De Bruyne up to the halfway line as far as Victor Lindelof. Maguire being closely pressured there by Jesus, and Bernardo Silva's given away a foul there. Bernardo Silva's given away a foul, and that is just on the halfway line. Just on the halfway line. Here's Bailly. Lovely step. Rolls it into Mason Greenwood. Greenwood goes out wide to Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka into Bruno. Bruno, lovely Cruyff turn there. Spreads it out with a lovely outside of the foot pass to Harry Maguire. Maguire, is he going to shoot? No. Goes back into Bruno. Back into Scott McSauce. Into Ronaldo. This is better from Manchester United. Here's Luke Shaw to whip one in. Falls to Ronaldo. Oh my gosh! Mason Greenwood. What has he done there? What has he done there, Mason Greenwood? Oh, how has he... It was the cross in from Luke Shaw, fell to Ronaldo. Ronaldo with a lovely shot on the swivel, and this rebounded save falls to Greenwood, and you would bet your house on Mason Greenwood converting that. What has he done there? It's the ball's just almost caught him off guard there, Mason Greenwood, and he's just put it wide. Just put it wide. And it's gone out for a City goal kick, and United let City off there, didn't they? They let City off there. That's so annoying for Manchester United. So annoying for Manchester United. But That is better. That is better in terms of football from Manchester United. They're moving the ball faster, getting the ball out wide, and then Ronaldo and Greenwood were both in the box. Whereas instead of Ronaldo coming feet and coming deep for the ball, let Bruno do that. Let Bruno roam in that area and let the midfield three move around like that, because at the end of the day, that's what they're there for. Ronaldo's there, Greenwood's there to score goals. Make sure you're getting those runs in. Of course, there's a need to be dynamic here for Manchester United, but it looks very flat when Ronaldo drops in, because then there's no one for Ronaldo to turn and play that ball to, because a lot of the time Greenwood's tried to make a different option to Cristiano Ronaldo, and the gap between them is humongous. 27 minutes on the clock. We have still Manchester City 1, Manchester United 0, and Eric Bailly own goal is what separates the two sides so far. And United have just started to grow into this game for the last 5 minutes or so, as Ronaldo's putting pressure on Ederson. Ederson, he has a lot more calmness than I do when Cristiano Ronaldo's running towards you. I think I'd be pooing myself if I'm brutally honest with you. Diaz inside his own box here, plays it into Stones. Stones finds De Bruyne. De Bruyne's got a bit of room here if he's going to gallop into it. He does. Rolls it into Jesus, who tries to flick it back to De Bruyne. And De Bruyne thought he'd been fouled there by Luke Shaw, but referee deemed him to not have been. And Harry Maguire's given the ball straight back to Manchester City there. Giving the ball straight back yet again. And United, if they're going to want to attack, they need to keep the ball. They do need to keep the ball, because that's what was so good. That's a lovely ball from Gundogan to find Phil Foden. Foden has Jesus in support, pulls it back to De Bruyne. Oh, good block by Shaw. Is that going to fall? Oh my gosh, what a save! What a save that is from David De Gea. It fell to Gabriel Jesus, and I think it's a combination of a block from Harry Maguire and a save from David De Gea, and it puts it over. Phil Foden's onside, running down that left wing. He had Jesus and De Bruyne. De Bruyne on his left foot, blocked by Shaw. And oh my gosh, what a save that is. What a save that is from David De Gea. A lovely save inside the 6-yard box, Gabriel Jesus, when he shot and spun there. And what a save that is. What a save that is to keep it at 1-0 to Manchester City. We might look back on that at the end of the game and say, Manchester United, that might be the deciding moment there. But from the following corner, here's Cancelo's going to shoot. Oh my God, what a save again. What a strike that is from Cancelo from the edge of the box on his left foot. That man is two-footed as hell. But what a ball that is. And what a strike. Oh, another fantastic save from David De Gea. De Gea keeping Manchester United in this, doing his job perfectly. We spoke earlier on about the in-between form that he's feeling at the moment, or he did it specifically against Atlanta, and he looks fantastic tonight. Another corner whip to Cancelo there, but he can't make it. Two fantastic strikes, and he's blazed one over there by João Cancelo. But that's much better from Manchester City as well. They've got themselves back attacking again after Manchester United had 5 or so minutes in the limelight. If you haven't already, guys, smash that like button, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. Get us up to 20 likes on this stream. Here's Lindelof clipping the ball forward. Can only find Cancelo though, and is Bernardo Silva fouled there? I think he is, but the referee waves play on. Cancelo again, that time he's fouled by Bruno, and City resume the play instantly. John Stones drives into a little bit of space. Stones goes to Kyle Walker. Walker has to come back again, though. United have all the bodies behind the ball at the moment, bar Cristiano Ronaldo. John Stones switches it to Cancelo. Everything for Manchester City seems to be coming down this left-hand side. Is that a weakness that they've spotted? Maybe Eric Bailly and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, maybe they spotted that link-up between the two of them defensively isn't as strong as the Shaw-Maguire partnership. I would be inclined to agree, considering the amount of games that Shaw and Maguire play together. Foden comes back to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva looks to cross one in, cleared by Lindelof. And Mason Greenwood, was under that. But it's recycled again, and it's fallen to Manchester City as Bernardo Silva, who's come out onto this left-hand side to give Phil Foden some space. And Wan-Bissaka does really well there to get in. But this is what I mean. Man City have gone over to that, Bernardo Silva specifically has gone over to that left-hand side. Cancelo, Foden, and now Silva having lots of joy on the Manchester City left and attacking around Wan-Bissaka and Eric Bailly. So maybe that's something they've looked at, because we know Wan-Bissaka isn't as good as Luke Shaw going forward, and that means that that João Cancelo isn't pinned in as much, and he can get forward and not have to worry about someone such as a Luke Shaw nicking in behind and scoring goals. But United keep giving the ball away here. They've given it away again to Jesus. Jesus into Kyle Walker. Walker has a bit of room here. Is he going to come back? He's just weighing up his options here, Kyle Walker. Just weighing up his options. Goes to De Bruyne, who has to come back eventually. United trying to stand strong, trying to stand firm. We haven't even had a proper chance yet. No, you haven't. You haven't. You've had that split opportunity for Mason Greenwood. But other than that, Shah, you've not really had a clear-cut opportunity. Obviously the initial shot, which was from Ronaldo. But again, another hard opportunity to take. Here's Foden driving at Wan-Bissaka, looks to put it across. Oh my gosh, another nearly an own goal there again. David De Gea has done so well to keep that out with his foot. The cross from Phil Foden was put goal-bound by Victor Lindelof, and it was saved by David De Gea, who's pushed it back out of play, and United might be off themselves there. And Mason Greenwood's been given a foul against there. So, oh my gosh, United... It's fine lines for Manchester United at the moment. Coming down this left-hand side, Manchester City are having so much joy. So much joy. And again, United nearly turned the ball into the back of the net themselves. Fortunately, this time, David De Gea was ready, sharp, and alert to turn the ball behind. Man City come again. Here's Jesus inside the box. Jesus rolls it back to Walker. Back to Jesus again. He's going to try cross one in here. Or is he going to roll it into De Bruyne? Still got the ball. Rolls it into De Bruyne. De Bruyne! Oh, what a save again by David De Gea. De Gea is on something today. He is absolutely on top form at the moment. David De Gea, another lovely save. It was just the toe point from Kevin De Bruyne. Just the toe point. Just had to do anything to get the ball out of his feet there. And David De Gea has turned it around for yet another Manchester City corner. United really on the ropes in this first half. Foden whips in another cross, looking for the head. Cleared, though, by Maguire. Falls to... Oh, my gosh, another save there. Fell to Cancelo. Cancelo with another drive towards goal, but cleared again and saved by De Bruyne. And De Bruyne... Cleared by De Bruyne, by De Gea. De Bruyne has punted one out there. That's what I was going to say. Oh, my gosh, United fans. Shah, what are you thinking? This is mental stuff. Most appearances since 2011, David De Gea has got 350, and I'm not going to mention who was in second place because Oliver will have the time of his life if he's in the chat. Luke Shaw's given the ball away. Here's Rodri. It's almost like I'm watching a highlights reel here. Manchester City are dominating so much. It genuinely is like watching a highlights reel at this current moment in time. Stones spreads one nicely to João Cancelo. Cancelo into Foden. Lovely flip round the corner into Bernardo Silva. Back into Foden. Good tackle by Wan-Bissaka, though. And Lindelof's able to clear. But Man City win the ball back again high. Here's Kevin De Bruyne. Is he going to shoot? No. Cuts back on his left. Goes wide to the left back. João Cancelo. Cancelo goes into Phil Foden. Jesus makes a run in behind and clattered by Eric Bailly, but it is only a Manchester City corner. I say only, that must be their sixth corner of the game so far. City dominating this first half after a 5-minute spell of United actually playing some nice football. City are back dominating. Here's Foden again. Foden clips one in with his right foot this time, but cleared at the front post by Cristiano Ronaldo again. De Bruyne has got plenty of time at the halfway line, though, to decide what he's going to do with it. United at the moment standing strong, but how long can they keep this up for? How long can they keep this up for? Because City is surely going to score a couple of goals here. It looks like it could be an absolute goal fest. Could be an absolute goal fest for Manchester City. this afternoon. Bernardo into Walker, back into Bernardo. Has to come back to John Stones. Stones finds Diaz. Diaz rolls it into João Cancelo. Cancelo. Lovely ball looking for Gundogan, who was making that running behind. Looks to clip it in towards Jesus. Can anyone get on that? No. Ronaldo is the man who gets there. Sorry, Mason Greenwood. Why do I keep doing that? Greenwood finds the feet of Bruno, but that's a dodgy pass, a dodgy touch again, sorry, by Bruno Fernandes. United look so sloppy at this current moment in time. So sloppy. You can see we've got one person viewing on Twitch as well. So if you are viewing on Twitch, do be sure to get in the chat and let us know what your thoughts are of the game so far. If you haven't already, get your score predictions in as well. 37 minutes on the clock, edging closer to halftime. We do have a halftime game as well to keep us up to date with what's going on. Walker as a throw in the Manchester City half here. I do wonder, like, with Manchester City, are they going to buy themselves a left back, or are they just going to stick with Cancelo? Because they've got two fantastic right backs in Cancelo and Walker. And then left back wise, they've been a little bit short of options, haven't they? They spent big on Benjamin Mendy a few years ago, and it's definitely not worked out for Benjamin Mendy in Manchester. And obviously, they like to use Zinchenko. They've used Fabian Delph before, but Fabian Delph isn't there anymore. And Zinchenko, I'm sure, will be wanting to move himself more attacking-wise. So do Man City go into the market and buy themselves another fullback? Or do they just, embrace the fact that they've got two good right-backs? Do we just play those? Let me know your thoughts, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Maguire here, driving into a bit of space. Blocked, though, by Kyle Walker. And Bernardo Silva's picked up the ball and danced inside, dancing through a few players there, but Scott McSauce does really well to nick the ball and regain possession, as Fred had been left on the floor, really, by Bernardo Silva's quick body movement. United are being totally outclassed. They are at the moment, Ian. They really are being outclassed. It must be hard to watch for Manchester United fans. It must be hard to watch because they are being outclassed. City looks so good on the ball. They look like they're able to spread the ball wide nice and easily and get the play around the Manchester United defenders easily. And what they do is they see that gap in between the two centre halves, or the two the centre back and the centre half, and the centre back and the full back. Sorry, and they roll the ball in there, and it always causes problems because neither player, neither centre-back or full-back knows what to do. Here's Wan-Bissaka with a bit of room, though. Wan-Bissaka looks for Greenwood, but easily read by Ruben Diaz there. No-nonsense defending by Ruben Diaz, who picks up the ball. Here's Kyle Walker driving into a little bit of space. Rolls it into Bernardo, but Bernardo with an awful touch there can only find Fred. Here is Fred. Rolls it into Bruno Fernandes. Bruno finds Wan-Bissaka, who's in the false nine position. Rolls it into Ronaldo. Surely Ronaldo! What a save that is from Ederson. Straight at him, though. Ronaldo should have probably done better with that. He was offside. Ederson didn't know that, but Ronaldo, he should do better with that finish. It was a good save. He got down quickly, Ederson, but Ronaldo, the great man, should do better than that. Max is back in the chat. Lovely to see you back, Max. Ronaldo scores there. It's game on. It is game on, and changes the halftime team talk for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But .40 minutes on the clock, edging closer to halftime. And if you haven't already, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and stick around for halftime because we do have a halftime game of Guess the Player. It can only work with you guys being involved, though. It can only work with you guys being involved. So you've got to keep up to date, and you've got to join for the halftime game. Here is Rodri with a bit of space. Flicks it out to De Bruyne. De Bruyne, who everything seems to have gone through so far in this Manchester City domination of a half seems to have gone through João Cancelo and Kevin De Bruyne. Here is Cancelo again on this left-hand side. Into Phil Foden, back into João Cancelo. Diaz. Walker, back to Diaz, Ronaldo, United putting a bit of a press on, led by Ronaldo, Ederson into Cancelo. Cancelo's just switched the ball there, and he's played it out for a Manchester United throw-in deep inside the Manchester City half. So that shows you what a press will actually do for you. But Man United, for the most part, don't look like they're bothered about even giving a press or doing a press or whatever you want to say. They don't look like they're bothered about pressing Manchester City at this current moment in time. And that's cleared out again. United just giving the ball back to Man City, I know it's raining, but come on. You've got to be doing a bit more than that. You've got to be. Making it so easy for Manchester City here. Life is just so easy for the citizens. And that ball nearly nipped through as well. Cancelo. Foden. Back into Cancelo. How many times have I said that so far? All seems to come down this left-hand side at this current moment in time. Back to Cancelo again from Diaz. But there's no options ahead for Manchester City. And Cancelo looks to clip one with the outside of his foot round. And it's another Manchester City corner. It was blocked by Wan-Bissaka this time. And it's still gone out for a Manchester City corner. So United, the onslaught continues. And like Ian says, they are being outclassed. For the most part of this first half, it has been all Manchester City. There's been very, very few clear-cut opportunities for either team, but Manchester City dominating possession. Foden whips in the corner, comes out to Cancelo. Here's Walker into Jesus. Jesus against Shaw, rolls it into Rodri. Rodri looks to clip it in, looking for John Stones. Cleared, though, by Eric Bailly. And it's come all the way out again and back. And, Cancelo's made a mistake there. Played it into Ronaldo. Ronaldo, though, City Blue getting back so quickly there. Ronaldo's pass just easily gobbled up by John Stones there. Easily gobbled up. And very, very easily done by Manchester City. And they're able to retain possession, get themselves back on the ball. And, a little bit of a slip there from Rodri. Maybe the wet weather is getting the better of some of these Manchester City players, Manchester United players at the moment. Stones switches the play, finds João Cancelo. Lovely ball from John Stones, that again. That seems to be on all the time at the moment for Manchester City. It seems to be just switching the play nicely, spreading it wide, and that seems to be on for them at all costs, really does. Here's Rodri. Has a little bit of room to move forward here into João Cancelo. Cancelo goes to Phil Foden. Phil Foden, hopefully he can get a goal today. Got him in my dream team. I did drop João Cancelo, though, so that might have been a bad move, depending on how Manchester United play so far. Walker finds Jesus, who finds Gundogan. Gundogan into Bernardo Silva. Silva switches it to João Cancelo yet again. Cancelo looks to whip one in. Oh my gosh! Has that gone in? Oh my gosh! Manchester United's defending, man. Manchester United's defending. What is that? João Cancelo whips a ball in. Shaw and Maguire switch off. That's schoolboy stuff. That is schoolboy stuff. That is absolutely diabolical defending from Manchester United. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer needs to have a long, hard look at himself if that's what he's been coaching his players to do. Because it's a good City move, right? It is a good City move, but it's not a fantastic City move. I'm sure Mark Goldbridge is fuming at that. Cancelo whips in a bit of a nothing ball, really. Shaw leaves it, thinking, there's no one sneaking in behind me. Bernardo Silva does incredibly well just to get himself in there. And then, what does David De Gea do here? He pushes it into his own net. Manchester United are in the mud. I don't know if that's going to go down as a Bernardo Silva goal, but it probably should do. It probably should do. And that will make it 2-0 to Manchester City. And United are going to need a big, big, big second half here. They're going to need a humongous second half if they're going to look to get themselves any points from this game, they're going to need such a big second half, because that was awful from Manchester City. For Manchester United, sorry. Manchester City have made them look silly, and Manchester City are coming again, but Gundogan's given the ball there, and that's easily read by Bernardo, of all players. It's all over the shop. It is all over the shop, and that is half-time for in this game. That is half-time, and it is Manchester City 2, Manchester United 0. Let me just update the overlays, and we'll get into the half-time game. Guys, let me know your thoughts on that opening 45 minutes of football. What on earth was that defending? I cannot get my head around that defending by Manchester United there. What on earth is that? Like, it's so easy to defend against that. Just put your foot through it. Just leather it clear. Leather it clear. Poor defending from the two Englishmen. What poor defending. Guys, let us know if you are ready for the halftime show. Just whilst I'm doing these overlays, get in the chat. Let us know what you think into the halftime show. There we are. Updated 2-0. 2-0. Fantastic stuff. Batman, be honest. Do you think Manchester United have a plan B if plan A doesn't work? No. Looking at that, no. Definitely not. This is their plan B. This is their plan B at the current moment in time. And it is awful. Like, they're not playing plan A. Plan A is a 4-3-3. I'm telling you that now. Plan A is 4-3-3. Scott McSauce at the bottom of that pivot, and then Fred and Pogba either side, or Bruno. But they get overloaded in midfield, which is why, or in wide areas, which is why they're playing 5 at the back. This is their plan B. This is their plan B, and it's going diabolically for them. Diabolically. It's all well and good playing a 5 at the back, but if you don't know how to play a 5 at the back, there is no point. No point in playing a 5 at the back, because if anything, you just get more exposed because you can't get the ball forward, and that's what United are suffering from in this first half. Joey Tribbiani, lovely stuff. Thank you, my friend. I'm streaming off StreamYard. That is what I'm using today, Joey. Thank you for stopping by. And if you're in the chat, that means you have subs. So let's go. Halftime game, says Max. Brilliant stuff. Here we go for the halftime game. Today we've got Guess the Player. Guess the Player is returning. For anyone, mainly those who are new subscribers, Guess the Player. I give you a few clues. You guys have got to guess who the player is. Pretty simple. Simple as. And we'll put that across the bottom as well. So here we go, ladies and gents. The first clue for the first player is I have won multiple Premier League titles. Multiple Premier League titles. Get in the chat. Name some players who've won multiple Premier League titles. Rack your brains, boys. Rack your brains. I don't want to see one person carrying it. Sam, did you lose subs? I always lose subs, Shah. I think in the last week I've lost 9, but I think they're all fake accounts. I think that's the problem. Ian saying that Ole needs 3 more years. He does need 3 more years. Ronaldo, says Shah. Imagine if I'd gone with Ronaldo. That would have been the most boring thing. Patrick Vieira, Aguero. There we are. Starting to think outside the box with Jonathan there. Afternoon to you, Jonathan. James Milner, says Fraser. Has he won multiple? I guess he has, because he's won one with Liverpool. I'm sure he's won one with Manchester City as well. I'm just watching this Sports Direct advert that has Declan Rice, Jack Grealish, Mason Mount, and Jordan Pickford in it, which is a weird one. Someone from United, says Jay. Come on, Jay. Put some effort into it, lad. Put some effort into it. Come on. Tevez, says Shah. Now Shah's thinking. He's trying to get behind it. He's thinking about it. Come on, guys. Come on. Company. Yep, nice one, Joey. She has, actually. She's a very good footballer. Paul Scholes. Scholes! Right, we'll move on. You guys seem to be... I don't, like, you can put as many answers as you want, guys, here. I've not made this hard at all. You've just got to name loads of... Max, all you've got to do is name a player who's won multiple Premier League titles. John Terry, Frank Lampard, Didier Drogba, to name a few. Eden Hazard. God, you guys, you're sleeping a little bit this morning. I am French. A French Premier League title winner. So Patrick Vieira is still in the game for this. Patrick Vieira is still in the game for this. So who knows? Maybe Jonathan got it right first guess. Fine, Harry Kane. For God's sake, Max. Pogba, lol. Has he? I don't even think he's won a Premier League title, has he? Kante, Mendy. Kante has won multiple. Mendy, I'm assuming that's Benjamin Mendy. Has Benjamin Mendy won multiple? Yeah, we haven't had another Mendy in our league, have we? Who's won anything? I am French. Come on, a French player to have won multiple Premier League titles. I don't think this is that hard. I really don't think this is that hard. It narrows it down brilliantly for you guys here. Brilliantly. 12 people in the chat. Get your comments in, guys. Get your comments in. Join in with the halftime game. Join in with a halftime game. We'll move on. We'll move on because you guys seem to be asleep this morning. I don't know what's wrong with you guys. I really don't know what's wrong with you guys. Next clue is I am a left back. So a French left back who has won Premier League titles. And more to the point, isn't in prison. Before you say it, isn't in prison. Sometimes I wonder why I do these halftime games, because you guys just don't even seem bothered by them anymore. You just spam the chat with people who are in prison. David saying, even though David De Gea is world class, even the best players need to rotate because it's human behavior to get tired. I agree with that, David. I think he does look tired at this current moment in time. But he's made some fantastic saves today, David, although you can barely see me above this. Hello. Big comment there. I do think he maybe needs a rest. He maybe needs a rest. Henri. There we are. Ryan Giggs. Evra. Oh my gosh. Patrice Evra, Mendy, Evra. We're getting the minds going. We're getting the minds going here. And I will reveal the answer to you guys because this has been a very, very slow first round, and I'm disappointed in you all for how slow this has been. But congratulations to who did get it. Who got it first? I think it was J-Back who got it first, and it was Patrice Evra. I did have an extra clue, which was I played for Manchester United, but it's already been guessed, so I will give J-Back the points for that one. But there we are. There we are. Here we go. Here we go. So we will move on. Congratulations to Jay for getting that first round dub. And thank you to those who are joining in. Let us know your thoughts on halftime as well. Let us know your thoughts at halftime as well. So we'll move on to the next round of Guess the Player. So the next round starts off with I made a name for myself at Real Madrid. So a player who's done well for themselves at Real Madrid. Again, a nice and broad one, ladies and gents. A nice and broad one. Should be a piece of cake for you. Should be a piece of cake for you. Let me just update the... There we are. That should have updated. Did that update? Yeah, there we are. There we are. We're all ready to go. Benzema, Ronaldo. Ronaldo, that'd be harsh to say he's... I think it'd be harsh. Benzema, Modric. Some shouts coming through here, guys. Some shouts coming through here. Claude Makelele. Jonathan thinking a bit outside of the box there. Militao, Navas, Cruz. Now we're getting our brains going. I need to... There we are, before my TV turns off. I'm watching this advert again. I swear they've played this advert twice whilst it's been out of time. Jovic, Bale. I don't think Bale made his name for himself at Real Madrid. I think a few Tottenham fans would be shouting at you for that one. Ramos. Is that his brother, Ramos? Xiao's nan, she did actually. She was a very good player at Real Madrid. Moving on. We will move on to the next clue saying, since leaving England in 2010, the only other big club I've played for is AC Milan. So, context, this player played in England. They made the name for themselves at Real Madrid's team, in Real Madrid's squad. And since then, since leaving England in 2010, has only played for Real Madrid. You guys should know who this player is. Maybe not from this clue. AC Milan. I don't know why I said Real Madrid there. But you guys should know who this is. If you don't, I'm going to be very, very disappointed. I'm going to be very disappointed. 17 likes on the stream at the moment, ladies and gents. If you haven't already, smash that like button, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. Make sure you're up to date with everything. Have we got any comments coming through? Seydorf says, shout, good shout. Ibra. Did Ibra played for Barca? Says, yeah, Ramos, Roberto Carlos, Clarence Seydorf. No idea. It's not. If it's not a Liverpool player, sorry. At least you're brutally honest, Ian. At least you're brutally honest. I'll give you a clue. Wait, let me just check the third and final person, who that is. All of these players have a link to today's fixture. That will give you another clue. So they have a link to today's fixture. David Beckham. Shah is thinking about it now. That's a good one from Shah. Kaká. Torres. Another good one. But he made his name for himself at Atletico Madrid. But another good shout. Atleti, actually. Every player in world football. We'll move on. Final clue. I was one of the first major signings Manchester City made of their new era. So when 2007 came around, one of the first ones that was made during that period. How is your Manchester City knowledge, ladies and gents? How is your Manchester City knowledge? Ronaldo, David Beckham, Sam. Yep. Ibra. Robinho, Joshua Chat's football comes in with it. He got it first. I think he did actually. Cassano. I have not heard that name in so long. I have not heard Cassano's name in so long. Mental stuff. Non-existent. I'm bad with City knowledge. Surely you know that Robinho was one of the first ones. He was a massive, massive one. Massive signing. There you are, Robinho, part of the Prison XI. Imagine if I'd have actually done that and gone with Mendy for the first one. That wouldn't have been good. But there we are. It is Robinho. Congratulations to Josh Wilco, who got that first. And let's see how far away. We can see Jadon Sancho warming up there. So maybe the introduction of Jadon Sancho might be what Manchester United need in the second half. He has stayed out to warm up, so that would suggest that almost imminently he will be coming on, Jadon Sancho, for Manchester United. Do we have time for one more round? Depends how quickly you guys are going to be, if I'm honest with you. Depends on how quickly you guys are going to be. David De Gea, 7.2 match rate, and the only Manchester United player so far to be above 7, which is credit where credit's due. João Cancelo having a good game as well for Manchester City. Goldbridge is going mental now. Love it. Exactly. I'll be right back. Seems like you guys have given up on the halftime game. So we'll just have a talk about the first half. And of course, why Mark Goldbridge is going so mental in this first half. And about this first half. And to be honest with you, cannot blame him one bit because it has been a diabolical first half from Manchester United. A poor first half. Jadon Sancho looks like he's coming on. Not sure who Sancho's coming on for at this moment in time. Has it said on Sofa Score yet? No, it hasn't. But Jadon Sancho will be coming on, and I would assume that means that they're going to go to a 4-3-3 and try and be a bit more attacking, because it's so slow. I'll update the lineup once I know who the player is who has been subbed off for Manchester United. Let's find out. Who is it? Who are you? Who are you? João Cancelo just being spoken to in preparation for this second half. And it is Eric Bailly coming off. So it looks like it is going to a 4 at the back here for Manchester United. And Jadon Sancho is coming on for 45 minutes of football here. So United looking to go all-out attack. We've seen United, though, haven't we, in recent years? I think they came from 2-0 down a few seasons ago. So it more than capable of making a comeback here, Manchester United. More than capable. Don't write them off just yet. But we are underway in this second half. What number is Jadon Sancho? I don't even know. What number is Jadon Sancho for Manchester United? Does anyone know? What number is Jadon Sancho? 25. What a random number. But we are underway, and it will be a 4-3-3 for Manchester United in the second half, unless Jadon Sancho is going to go play at centre back, which I don't quite fancy him to go and do that. For Manchester United. Here's De Bruyne, rolls it into Cancelo, who's had a really good game. Everything has been through De Bruyne and Cancelo so far for Manchester United. Everything for Manchester City, sorry. Everything has gone through those two players, and it's been detrimental so far. It's made Manchester United's life so much more difficult than it ever should have been. And they're exposing a weakness in this 3 at the back at the moment. And maybe this shift back to a 4 at the back will stop that. But I honestly don't know. I don't know what they were thinking going to a 3 at the back for this, because they just didn't look great against Atalanta in the first place. And they don't look good today at all either. So really dodgy tactics is what I'm going to say for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer today. There we are, updated team sheets there for you as well. Who did Sancho come on for? Eric Bailly. Sancho, apparently, Gary Neville is blaming United's goalie for the second. I can't spell his name. David De Gea. I think that'd be a little bit harsh to blame David De Gea for that one. But yeah, he should have saved it. He definitely should have saved it. It wasn't coming at him fast. He should have saved it. Here's Mason Greenwood on this right-hand side. Skips by Cancelo, and Cancelo's put his first foot wrong that he's put all day. And it looks like Greenwood's going to try and go out on that right-hand side, Sancho on the left. And maybe it's a 4-2-3-1 rather than a 4-3-3, like I said, with Bruno just in behind. But even already, Mason Greenwood off that right-hand side looks a lot better. Looks a lot better than playing with a 3 at the back with those two isolated up front, because that's what they were. For that entirety of the first half, Ronaldo and Greenwood were isolated up front. If one of them dropped in, there was no one else around them. Bruno's going to whip in this cross, looking for Ronaldo, but he's just slightly too far ahead of everyone there and gone out for a Manchester City goal kick. Ronaldo would have been offside, actually. Would have been offside. Ian says we're halfway to his 4-0 prediction. God, if it's 4-0, I'd be very, very surprised. But you know what Man United are like. United are like, don't you? Walker finds De Bruyne. De Bruyne comes back, though. Oh, I've got an internet signal on my thing, so hopefully my internet doesn't drop out. I do apologise if it does. I can see the stream's gone a little bit blurry. I'm not quite sure why it's done that. Gundogan to Stones to Bernardo, back into Rodri, back into Stones. Just taking the time here, Manchester City. Here's Foden with a bit of room, though. Scott McSauce closing in into Cancelo. Cancelo marked by Wan-Bissaka, and that's offside by João Cancelo. There was such big expectations, and they've utterly crumbled, says Max. And Fraser's had to start a new channel. That's a shame, Fraser. That is a shame. And Shah is very disappointed. Shah, let us know your thoughts and feelings, matey. Let us know your thoughts and feelings. 2-0, but it could be a massive turnaround in the second half. You've got to keep positive if you're a United fan, because that's all you can do, if I'm brutally honest with you. That's all you can do. You've got to keep positive at difficult times here. And Pep Guardiola trying to get Gabriel Jesus back on his feet. United do look slow, they look sluggish, and they look lethargic at the best of times here. Here's Harry Maguire, dropped his shoulder there. Don't think he really needed to do that, but it ended up working out really nicely for him against De Bruyne. I think the problem is with United at the moment, they don't quite know what they're doing entirely. And I know that sounds stupid, but they don't quite know what they're doing. And as a result of that, they're just sort of like, right, what do we do? Like Harry Maguire there dropping his shoulder. Anyone would tell you, just play that down the line. Just play that down the line. Of course, they want to play out from the back, but when you've got Kevin De Bruyne, who on paper is third, fourth best player in the world, stood in front of you, you don't want to make a mistake there. You don't want to make a mistake there, especially with Harry Maguire's form for it at the moment. Here's Maguire. Back to Lindelof. Lindelof into McSauce. Lovely ball into the feet of Sancho there. Into Fred. Fred, poor decision again. He's looked for a glory ball to switch that to Mason Greenwood, and he's just not noticed there's a player in front of him. He's just not noticed. Poor ball. Poor decision. Guys, if you do want me to do another stream, you're going to have to let me know, because I don't have any plans to do any more streams today. But if you'd like to let me know, do let me know. If there's any games that you fancy watching, sure. He won't let you down. Ba-bunch. Here's Fred. Wan-Bissaka. Trying to drive into a bit of space. Has to come back again to Lindelof. It is Lindelof and Maguire, the two in defence there. Lindelof on the right, Maguire on the left, like we would expect. McTominay, lovely switch of the play there to Shaw, but that's blocked by Kyle Walker. That's because managers like Pep, Klopp and Tuchel all have proper tactics, unlike Ole. He has got no experience. He doesn't seem to, like, we spoke about plan B earlier. This is now, he's gone back to plan A, because plan B, playing a three at the back, hasn't worked. And that is the most stupid thing in the world. But like playing four at the back for me is a preferred way to play, unless you've got the wing backs who are able to do it, like a Chilwell, like a Reece James, who are able to get up and go back and are confident at doing that. And so United, they don't have that at the moment. Wan-Bissaka is very good defensively, not as good attacking wise. Luke Shaw maybe isn't the quickest, which isn't a problem, but then you've got to have the centre halves to deal with that. And Maguire, Lindelof and Bailey, they haven't been good enough. They haven't been good enough. Ian saying, well, I'm hoping Chelsea drop points. Wouldn't mind watching that stream, bud. Okay, Ian, let us know. Let us know. What time is the Chelsea game? I think it's 3, isn't it? Yeah, so we'll see what time we finish here. And if I've got a chance to get everything sorted and change all of these things, then I will do another stream if that's what you so desire, Ian. Of course, I'm going to be watching the Chelsea game anyway. It's just more a matter of getting everything set up correctly. Here goes De Bruyne with a bit of room to gallop into here against Maguire. Rolls it into Bernardo. Bernardo finds Foden. Foden rolls it down looking for Gundogan. Oh, that would just ricocheted up there off Lindelof, and it's gone all the way across the Manchester United box and come all the way back to Jesus, who's had to come back to Walker and back to Stones. Oh. United running it a little bit close at the moment. You've got to keep consistent, Josh Wilkinson. Got to keep consistent. Keep it going. You think you're done with YouTube? Believe me, mate. I got nearly up to 450 subscribers, and then I had like 8 removed in a row. Shah's annoyed. No surprises there, Shah. No surprises there. Here's Bernardo Silva on this right-hand side. Bernardo comes back to Gabriel Jesus. Jesus up against Fred, drops his shoulder, goes by him way too easily there. Luke Shaw comes across, but Jesus just pulled out of his cross there and just, what's the best way to describe that? Went to cross it, saw Luke Shaw coming the way, didn't fancy kicking Luke Shaw, so he just let the ball roll out of play for a Manchester United goal kick. 55 minutes on the clock. Donny van der Beek is warming up. Huge round of applause there for Donny van der Beek. No surprises really, because United fans, they love him. They're like, he's not played much, but they do love him, United fans. They want to see Donny van der Beek play in a Manchester United shirt. And it's like they just don't recognise the talent that they have in that midfielder, in that box-to-box. If they played Donny van der Beek over someone like Fred, I think he'd do so much better, so much better. I don't think he'd be better than McTominay because McTominay has that physical presence, but I think over Fred any day of the week. And that's not just Fred slander. I know a lot of people criticise Fred for a lot, but I'm not just slandering Fred. I think Donny van der Beek is genuinely, slander aside, a far better player, far better player. Bruno finds Sancho into Fredo, finds Harry Maguire, back into Fred. Can United get the ball down themselves now and create a couple of opportunities, maybe a few clear-cut opportunities? McTominay, back into Fred, back into McTominay. Maguire. Fred with a bit of space there. Bruno, who's been quiet all game. Has he been fouled there by Bernardo? He has. And Man United will have an opportunity to get the big boys up from the back. Sam, we've got Fred, a guy with no talent. I wouldn't say he has no talent. Like, that's the thing. Like, Fred has some really, really good games. He does have some good games, but he's just inconsistent. I'm not defending Fred. I know a lot of Man United fans hate Fred, and of course, you guys watch United more than I do. But like today, Fred hasn't put a foot wrong. He has not really put a foot wrong. He's not done a great deal right, but he's not put a foot wrong, and that's where the moan is. You guys say there's no talent in that player. He's just not a world-class player, and United fans demand world-class players, and United fans believe they're entitled to these world-class players. When you spend 50 million, you would expect him to be, but he's just not a world-class player. And Max Mays is the great point there that Fred is being played out of position. He's a box-to-box midfielder, not a defensive midfielder. Yeah, you need to use Fred's energy. Playing him in a double pivot doesn't really work for Fred. If you're going to do a double pivot, you need someone like a Nemanja Matic and then someone like a Kante. Lovely feet from Ronaldo there, who's been fouled there by Bernardo. And that's one too many fouls there from Bernardo Silva. And he will find himself in the book for the first yellow card of today's game. And United have got the play underway really quickly. But it was a lovely feat from Cristiano Ronaldo there. And, of course, you expected the foul. You expected the foul, didn't you? Skipped by him. Lovely switch there, looking for Mason Greenwood. United need a goal as soon as possible if they wish to try and get back into this game. And same goes for McTominay. He's not a DM, he's a box-to-box. That is what United are missing. They're missing a defensive midfielder who is going to sit in that pivot role like Nemanja Matic used to do for Chelsea and like he used to do for Man United, and be good enough and consistent enough to play in that defensive midfield role. They just don't have it in this team at the moment, which is the problem, which is why they go for two box-to-box midfielders. Lovely feet by Sancho there. Tries to flick it back to Luke Shaw, though, and has given the ball away in doing so. And that's an awful pass from Gundogan, who's picked out a fan there looking at that pass. Matic is the only one who is a DM, but he's passed it. Yeah, that's what I mean. Matic he's older now, isn't he? He's not. I don't think he's ever been at the level he was at Chelsea, at Manchester United. So you've got to buy someone yourself. You need to find someone who's going to be a Rodri or a Declan Rice. Would be a very good player for them. Mason Greenwood cuts in on his left foot. Is he going to get a shot off? He is. Shoots. And better from Mason Greenwood. You need to, if you don't shoot, you don't score. I know that was like 20 yards out, but if you don't shoot, you don't score. And Mason Greenwood's done everything right there. Cutting on his left foot, shoots from about 20 yards out. It's slightly wide, a couple of yards wide, but if you don't shoot, you don't score. All that takes is to try and get it, try and get him a deflection or something like that. Second half possession, 50-50, shows how much of a contrast it was. Fraser, if you'd like to link your channel, that is absolutely fine. That's fine by me, mate. Bruno Fernandes giving away a foul there. Yeah, this 4-3-3 seems to have, or 4-2-3-1. Sam, I'm on the same stream time as you, lol. Wow, nice one, Shia. Bang on at the same time, so I'm literally commentating for you here. Exactly the same time. Sweet. Yeah, but this 4-2-3-1 seems to have done Man United not a world of wonders, but they seem to have done a little bit better as a result of it because, Manchester City in the first half were absolutely dominant in terms of possession because United just sat back. At least now they've got a few extra bodies further up the field, which means they can put on a bit of a better press. If you are going to play with a three at the back, you need three attackers to really, what's the word? If you're going to play with a three at the back, you need three attackers to put a press on. Otherwise, you'll just get outnumbered. Most teams play with four defenders. If they play three defenders, then you're outnumbering people. I feel like that made sense. I don't think it did. But if you play 3-4-3, then, of course, you've got an extra man. There's only one man overload. But if you play, a 3-5-2, you've got two men who are trying to trace around with four players. So it doesn't work for Manchester United, which is why the likes of Conte and Tuchel play with three up front, because you can then put on a press if you want. Here's Rodri, lovely switch of the play there to find Phil Foden, good touch. Max is saying Ollie's at the wheel. Cancelo, De Bruyne with a bit of room here, rolls it into Foden. Foden, is he going to put one in? Foden towards Gundogan, defended at the front post though by Harry Maguire. Did really well to get across there. Shah, you won the game, but we got the result in Conte. Batman says, once Jack Grealish and Riyad Mahrez come on the pitch, it's going to be game over for Manchester United. Would not surprise me at all, Batman. Would not surprise me whatsoever, because it just looks a bit slow from Man United, and Wan-Bissaka and Shaw just don't look at it, and I think those players in wide areas are going to really cause problems. Corner whipped in, cleared at the front post, and Mason Greenwood's able to get under that and header it clear. Only as far as Walker, though. Walker finds Gabriel Jesus. Jesus has to come back yet again. Here's Walker into Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva cuts in on his left. Of course he does. Rolls it back to Rodri. Walker back into Rodri. Lovely little pass there. Rodri clips one over, looking for Phil Foden. Foden brings it down up against Aaron Wan-Bissaka here. Foden needs some support though. Rolls it back to De Bruyne. De Bruyne back into Foden. Opportunity might be gone here for Manchester City to really attack. Sam, Man City fans are singing Ollie at the wheel. Oh, I can't hear that because I don't have the sound on, but good to know. Good to know. Pathetic from Manchester United to Shah. It's been dominatory for dominatory. Is that a word? It's been dominant. That's the word what I wanted. It's been dominant by Manchester City so far. It really has been dominant, and United are looking at a bit of a shambles at this current moment in time. If I'm brutally honest with you, they are looking like a bit of a shamble, but they've looked better in the second half. 62 minutes on the clock. Oh, it's gone up to an hour and 3 rather than going up in 60 minutes. But there we are. We're at an hour and 3. I wonder if I can change that to say 62 minutes. Who knows? Let's have a look. Can I change that? Custom output? I don't know if I can change that. Oh, well, you understand the gist. I don't think I can change it. Output format. No, I can't. Oh, well. Still makes sense, doesn't it? Still makes sense. Sam, watch it be 3-0. I'll get a break next week. Cinema and haircut on Tuesday. And then Northern Ireland. Hang on, Josh, aren't you supposed to be at school? Why are you off school? Luke Shaw intercepts, but De Bruyne gets back in. Jesus. Cancelo looking for Jesus, but well read there by Victor Lindelof. Cancelo's able to pick up the second ball again. Here's Foden on the left-hand side. I don't understand why Van der Beek isn't playing either, Batman. I really don't. I really, really don't. Sam, we understand anyway. I'm on the same stream time as you. BRB, I'll be back in 2. No worries. I might get myself a drink, actually. We'll wait for the ball to go out, and then I'm going to go grab myself a drink. That was brilliant timing. I will be back. I'm just going to go top myself up with a drink. We'll be back with you after this short commercial break. Rashford is warming up for Manchester United. I'm trying to knock over my green screen because I'm anxious about that. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Man City are on the attack. Here goes Kyle Walker. Walker goes into Gabriel Jesus. Still trying to sit down without knocking over my green screen. Jesus comes back to Rodri, though, and that looks like the attack is over there. United have got the numbers back, and City just playing in front of them here. They don't really need to pressure. They don't really need to go forward. Really don't need to go forward. No, after school, I'm getting a haircut before going to the cinema. And then, geez, you got a busy week then, Josh. Busy week. Walker finds Rodri, lovely ball to pick out Bernardo Silva. Gundogan, dodgy touch though, and that's gone into the side netting. That was a lovely ball from Rodri to pick out Gundogan, and Gundogan's touch, he's frustrated with himself there, Gundogan. Really frustrated. Because if that first touch is better, I think that's a goal. With Gundogan's finishing ability, I think that is a goal. It was a lovely ball. Marcus Rashford is coming on for Manchester United. Who's he come on for, though? It is Mason Greenwood. So, like-for-like substitute there. Looks like another winger coming on for another winger. So, like-for-like substitution there. Let me update the squad list for you. Luke Shaw has gone down holding his face, so I'll have a moment to get the overlay back up. Some concern here for Luke Shaw. I didn't quite see that because I was tapping in Marcus Rashford's name, but he is lying on the floor here, Luke Shaw. Just taking his time. I saw something the other day about Cristiano Ronaldo and people saying that Manchester United ideally wouldn't have bought Cristiano Ronaldo. And I want to know what you guys think to this, because he doesn't suit the style of play. I think Ole had his style of play set up, ready, and knew what he was going to play, knew how he was going to play, how he was going to integrate Rashford, Greenwood, these young lads into this team. And then Ronaldo became available when obviously we're going to have to get him, but then didn't think about the long-term future of Manchester United, because this 3 at the back isn't going to be a long-term thing. Look, they've already dropped it in this game, but as Alex Tellers is warming up to potentially replace Shaw. But 3 at the back is never going to be a long-term thing because they don't have the players to play 3 at the back, Manchester United. They really don't. Like, playing Cavani and Ronaldo up front can't be a long-term thing because they're both in their mid-30s. And so what does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer do? Does he just take the loss and go, right, we know it's not a long-term thing. Greenwood and Rashford might not develop how they potentially could do, but we finish second in the league? Or do they look forward and they buy to build around as a 3 at the back? Because you look at the wide attacking talent If you were going to play three at the back, you wouldn't have bought Jadon Sancho this summer. That is simple as. And Manchester United are starting this game with a three at the back. And a player, Jadon Sancho, obviously has come on, but a player who doesn't suit a three at the back. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think, because I don't think this is ever going to be a long-term strategy or a long-term redemption for Manchester United at all, because they've got too many wide attacking players for this really to stick with. And I think that's why they've gone to a 4-2-3-1 right now, because in order to bring on players, they have to change the formation. They have to, and that's what they've done. And yes, they've looked a little bit more solid, but they've not looked great, have they? Maybe Rashford can be the man to change that. Here's Ronaldo. Ronaldo rolls it into Marcus Rashford, who's just come on for Mason Greenwood. Rashford looks to play in Shaw, but easily read by John Stones. Let me know what you think, guys. Let me know what you think to my little monologue I just did there. Ronaldo was signed to sell shirts. The Glazers like to make money off United. Would not surprise me. It was Shaw, but he's back up again. Would not surprise me if that was the case, if I'm honest with you, Ian. Would not surprise me. Because it just doesn't look like Manchester United were prepared for Cristiano Ronaldo to join this team. Like we spoke at the end of last season, is Edison Cavani, staying? Will he hinder the talents of Mason Greenwood? Will Martial get a fair run of the green? We were expecting it to be Cavani, who's like teaches more so Greenwood, but Greenwood and Martial, the sort of the lay of the land, if you know what I mean, how everything is, what you're supposed to do. But it's not been that. It's been Ronaldo, limited opportunities, especially for Martial, but for Greenwood and Martial. And now playing a three at the back, it's not gonna work out for Martial, because there's not enough places for him. And I know United fans slander him, but he has got some talent in there. He does have talent in there, and I think United just weren't prepared for Ronaldo. They were like, we are settled on our team. The opportunity came up, too good an opportunity to turn down, admittedly, but the opportunity came up and they weren't ready. They haven't adapted their plan to play with Cristiano Ronaldo. They're still trying to put a press on, but Ronaldo isn't going to do that. That's not the player he is. He is a goal scorer. He's a born leader. He is one of those players who goes, you go do that, I'm not going to. And Cristiano Ronaldo, unfortunately, I don't think suits this Manchester United team in terms of how they set up. Obviously, it could work out. It could work out really well for Manchester United, and they could be suited. But at the end of the day, that is my thoughts, guys. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think, and if you haven't already, smash that like button, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. Chelsea, Burnley team lineups have been confirmed as well. So we've got 20 minutes left on the clock here. If you'd like to see me stream that, make sure you smash that like button and hit subscribe as well. Oh, interesting teams, but maybe we'll get into that. The United plan is to finish top four. Shaw not looking good. No, it looks like Alex Telles is coming on. He's stripped, he's ready, and Luke Shaw will be coming off for Alex Telles. So that looks like it will be the next introduction for Manchester United, with Alex Telles being the man to come on for Manchester United. It's all because Ole can't manage world-class players. He can't. He doesn't know what he's doing. He does not know what he's doing when it comes to world-class players. He genuinely doesn't, and I hate to say it, but he doesn't. I think he's out of his depth, and I know he gets a lot of criticism for that, but he definitely is. Why does my thing keep going off? Oh, that's because I'm being stupid, that's why. All right. On comes Alex Telles then for Luke Shaw. 20 minutes, just over 15 minutes left on the clock. Even though mine says an hour and whatever, but I need to try and get that sorted. But there was a free kick for Manchester City deep inside the Manchester United half. So maybe cleared by Ronaldo, though. That Welbeck free kick. Just trying to update the team sheet for you guys. I'll be with you in a sec. Rodri finds Diaz, Lovely drop of the shoulder there from Diaz. That's really good. That's what Maguire's been trying to do all day. Here's Bernardo Silva. Bernardo goes wider to Jesus. Jesus has been pretty quiet, to be honest with you, for the most part of this game, but it shows how much United, have really struggled with the left-hand side at the moment. Here's Walker. Goes to Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne over to João Cancelo, back into De Bruyne again. How common a feature has that been of me talking today, talking about those two players going back and forth, back and forth. That's all it's really been so far. Dominated massively by Manchester City. There we are, updated to Alex Telles at left back. Bet they wish they ditched Ollie last week, says Hyro, after celebrating beating a really crap Spurs side. Yeah, I mean, I think, to be honest with you, I think Spurs did the right thing there. I don't think it was a bad managerial decision, like to put Nuno as manager. I just think he was the wrong manager for Spurs and for what Spurs' ambitions are further down the line. But maybe we'll end up seeing him at like Newcastle or something in a few years' time. Because I don't think Newcastle with Eddie Howe are going to finish top 6. I don't think they'll ever finish top 6. I think he's out of his depth there if he gets that job. And in 3 or 4 years' time, I don't think with Eddie Howe. Obviously, managers can get better. Don't get me wrong, but unless he does some Brendan Rodgers-esque thing, I don't think the direction Eddie Howe will take the club is the right way. And I think Spurs did the right thing there to get Conte, if I'm brutally honest with you. I think they did the right thing. Get your man before Man United do. Block shot by Cancelo falls to Gundogan. Gundogan might be offside there. Is that going to fall to? Oh, it nearly fell to Jesus. And Kevin De Bruyne just took his just had a snapshot there and blazed it wide. But United really, really struggling. Have been all day. Gundogan maybe should have got himself a goal here today. Maybe should have. I think he'll sit back and he'll look at it at the end of the game and Gundogan will think he should have been on the score sheet. I don't see Ole getting fired this season, but end of the season then, yeah. Ian's off to watch Liverpool tomorrow. Great stuff, Ian. Enjoy. And disappointment of you all, says Shah. Don't know what that's supposed to mean, Shah, but nice. 14 minutes left on the clock. I'm sure you can work it out from this timer. This timer. But if you can't, we have 14 minutes on the clock. 76 minutes played. Rodri goes into Walker, back into Diaz. Here's plenty of time there for Bernardo Silva. United are just sitting back now. This game is really petering out. I'm not doing a game tomorrow, Josh, because I'm actually busy tomorrow, so I will not be doing that tomorrow. Steve Bruce is available. Yeah, Manchester United legend as well, so get Steve Bruce involved. Get him in. Sign him up. I'm sure Active Aaron would be telling us that. De Gea clears, looking for Ronaldo. Ronaldo jumped really early there. Really, really early. And it's gone all the way back to the Man United defenders. Kind of a story of Manchester United's game at the moment. Very, very much so a story of Manchester United's game. It's been very slow. Maguire. Like, there's not even a press on from Man City. City aren't even bothered about pressing Man United. That's how bad they've been. City just aren't bothered. Just aren't bothered whatsoever. Do Newcastle versus Brighton. I don't want to bore you with football. That would be awful. That game does not sound like it's got anything about it. It'll either be a landslide Brighton win or it'll be a 0-0 draw. I'm calling it now. Telles. Maguire looks forward, finds Bruno. Bruno has a bit of space here, but there's no movement for Man United up front. real lack of movement and a lack of aggression from these attackers for Manchester United. Here's Jadon Sancho, who's been quiet since he's come on. Fred goes backwards. Lindelof, Maguire, back to Lindelof again. De Bruyne putting a press on. And United are going to be forced out of this. They're going to be pressed out of it. But that's a good turn from Wan-Bissaka to get himself out of the press. Wan-Bissaka's going to cross one in looking for Ronaldo, but the most shoddy cross I think I've ever seen. Bernardo gives the ball away, though, to Bruno Fernandes. Falls to Fred. Fred goes wide to Sancho. Sancho whips one in. Again looking for Bruno. Cleared at the front post, though, by Ruben Diaz. Tellez handballs it, definitely. Is he going to give that as a handball there? Jesus is appealing, but he has won a throw-in anyway, so referee's just going to play it from the throw-in. Oh! Who's this man? Who's this man coming on? Is that a certain Donny van der Beek coming on for Fred? No way. Fancy seeing you here? Fancy seeing Donny van der Beek actually play in a Manchester United kit. Remember the moment, ladies and gents. Remember the moment. Donny van der Beek has come on for Manchester United. Cannot believe it. Cannot believe it. Admittedly, he's only got 10 minutes left, but mental stuff, really. You think you've seen it all, and then Donny van der Beek actually plays for Manchester United, so plays more than 2 minutes for Man United. Who knew? Who knew that was possible? Who knew that was possible? I didn't. Not me. Definitely didn't know that was possible for Donny van der Beek to play more than 2 minutes of football for Manchester United. Sam, please don't leave Donny alone. It's not a problem with Donny van der Beek. It's a problem with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Van der Beek, I rated massively when he was at Ajax. I thought that United had done really well. I think it was a bit of a panic buy, but I think United had still done well to bring in Donny van der Beek. Hopefully he can make an impact in this game from a Manchester United perspective, but he won't because United have been that poor. Here is Van der Beek looking forward towards Ronaldo. Sloppy pass, though, picks out Jesus. Can't blame him for a sloppy pass, though. Here's De Bruyne. De Bruyne has Phil Foden over. Foden! Oh, he pulls it wide. De Gea's fuming at his defenders. It was simply too easy for Manchester City to get forward there. It came from a Van der Beek poor pass, but you can't blame Van der Beek for a poor pass when he's not played more than 5 minutes in his Manchester United career. Breaking, the game has been stopped because Manchester United have fielded an unregistered player. What, Donny van der Beek? Is that the joke, Max? Because I do rate that. Foden, I think, should have scored there. I definitely think Phil Foden should have scored there. 100% for me. Still hoping for you. Oh, lovely play there by Donny van der Beek. Lovely feat to get himself out of a tight situation there. Wan-Bissaka looped forward looking for Ronaldo, but Ronaldo needs better service than that. He needs something to him. I was expecting Ronaldo to get on the score sheet today. It's not very often that Ronaldo turns up to a derby and doesn't score. But it looks like today is going to be a day that happens. Walker into the feet of Jesus. Here goes Walker against Maguire. I know I'm backing in this foot race. Doesn't take him on there. Rolls it into De Bruyne instead. That would have been such an unfair foot race there from the two of them. Rodri clips one. Goes wide. Here's Jesus. Jesus really quiet on this right-hand side, but maybe not a bad thing. Maybe not a bad thing with how good the left-hand side has been for Manchester City. And there De Bruyne goes wider to to João Cancelo, again, against Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Back into De Bruyne. De Bruyne loops one to Kyle Walker. Walker's now got plenty of time to roll it into Gundogan. Gundogan in between, a load of space in between the defence and the midfielders here. Donny van der Beek is having a baby called Ole. True story. Nice. Hyro, are you naming your expected daughter? Are you going to name her Antonia after Conte? Oh, that's a dodgy touch by Wan-Bissaka and Cancelo might be able to get on this here. He has. He's got on it. Cancelo into Phil Foden. Foden back into Gundogan. Here's Rodri. Rodri has a bit of room here to pick out his pass. Does so. Finds Jesus, on this right-hand side. Jesus, can he do a bit more with it? City are just passing the ball around the edge of the box. And if I'm honest with you, it's really boring. Like, it's good football, but it's really, really boring, if I'm honest with you. It's not what you want to watch. I want to see lots of opportunities, but neither Man City or Man United have really had opportunities. You look at the 2 goals that Manchester City have scored today, one being an own goal and one being a Bernardo Silva / David De Gea own goal, and not been great goals whatsoever, and they'll be annoyed at themselves. Ole managed Mulder. Van der Beek made his Ajax debut against Mulder, scored a hat-trick, and as Ajax beat Mulder 5-0 when Ole was manager. That is mental. If that's true, Josh, that is a mental fact. I'll give you that. Who played more minutes, Saul or Van der Beek? Honestly, I couldn't even tell you. I think they probably played a combined 10 minutes. Probably played a combined 10 minutes between them. Lovely switch there to, is that Bernardo Silva? I can't even tell. Into Cancelo, back into De Bruyne. Is he going to unleash one? No, takes his time. Was looking for a run over Kyle Walker there, but falls to Jesus instead. Jesus back into Walker to De Bruyne. City play such lovely passing football, but I want to see strikes on goal. I want opportunities. That's what I want to see. Cancelo pulls one back, looking for Phil Foden, but defended by Scott McSauce, and he's only been able to turn it behind for another Manchester City corner. How many corners have Manchester City had in this game? Because it must be loads. Corners, 8 corners in this game for Manchester City. 8. They're still yet to make a sub as well, by the way, Manchester City. This will put them second, still 2 points behind Chelsea, but it will put them second. So in comes the corner. Is that going to fall for Diaz? Oh, good shot on the turn there for John Stones. It was actually not Ruben Diaz, and he's from the corner, headed down by, I believe that was Rodri who got his head onto that. Headed down, lovely shot on the swivel, but John Stones managed to hit it dead straight. But unfortunately, John Stones was just stood half a yard or so outside of that corner, outside of the post. And it's just trickled wide, but. City winding down the time here. Man of the match talk, ladies and gents. Man of the match talks as Shah's giving up. So we'll talk about man of the matches. Let me know in the chat if you are watching along. Who do you think man of the match will be today? And unfortunately, the man of the match I'm going to give it to is someone who is my first sub on fantasy football. So hopefully FPL don't give him the man of the match. But I think considering he's got, 2 assists? I think he's going to get... Let's see how many points he's actually on. But the man of the match I'm going to give it to is João Cancelo. I think he's been everywhere in this game. He's been what has been good about Manchester City. Oh, he's on 11 points, João Cancelo is. No, and he's sat on me bench. He's sat on me bench. How do I do it? Oh, nice. The green screen works on there. 11 points, João Cancelo. Oh, man. Man of the match is Ole, says Shah. Yeah, I'm gonna go with João Cancelo. I think he's been fantastic. I think he's been really fantastic. So João Cancelo, man of the match for me. Man of the match for me. If anyone else has any other ideas, De Gea. I mean, to be fair, Ian, if he'd not let in that goal, I think he'd have been like the second goal. I think he'd have been up there with it. Here's Jesus, who's managed to get him behind here, and Jesus I don't think he suits being a winger. Gabriel Jesus, who is not going to play out of my players now. I've got Lloris, Rudiger, Duffy. Duffy might not play. Salah, Benrahma, Gallagher, Jimenez, and Tony. Jimenez and Tony will play. Benrahma might not because he maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to find a way that Cancelo gets into this team to get me that extra 11 points, but I think I messed up. Oh gosh. I knew I should have started him over Phil Foden. Knew it. We've got 2 minutes left on the clock, ladies and gents, and then we'll have whatever added time that the referees do see fit. And hopefully hopefully Manchester United can make it a final interesting few minutes, but it doesn't look like it. City dominated possession and have dominated the game. Dominated absolutely everything so far, Manchester City, and not long as well to the 3 o'clock kickoffs either. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled. Ian has requested a Chelsea versus Burnley stream, so if you are interested, let me know. Donny van der Beek giving away a foul there on Gabriel Jesus. Still not sure on Jesus as a winger. Still not sure on him. I just don't think he quite has the quick feet, the dribbling, such as a Foden or a Raheem Sterling or a Bernardo Silva to play out on that right-hand side. I just don't think they have the ability to do so. Do you think Chelsea can beat City if City play like this? Not with the Chelsea squad we currently have or the one that is playing today. Definitely not. This City side is too strong. Bernardo Silva driving into space. Goes to Cancelo. Cancelo! Oh, he still manages to find a way through David De Gea's legs, but goes all the way through to Jadon Sancho on the far end. And, might have got away with one there if there was a Man City player jogging on the spot there. If there was a Manchester City player jogging on the spot, it could have been a goal for Manchester City and would have wrapped up the game nicely for them. But I don't think Chelsea can beat Man City with the team that they've got at the moment. The lack of players that Chelsea have at the moment as well will not the lack of players, but you know what I mean. Like they're injured. You've got Mount who's returning from illness today. You've got Timo Werner out, Lukaku out, Kovacic who's in and out of the team at the moment with injuries. So who knows? I don't think we'd be able to beat this City team. Haven't Chelsea already beat City 1-0 already? No, they beat us 1-0. That's our only loss of the season so far, which isn't a bad loss of the season because if you were to take that into account at the final end day of the season, like City are dropping points elsewhere. Chelsea haven't really dropped points elsewhere. So losing 1-0 to City isn't bad, provided you don't then lose to your Burnleys, your Stokes. Why did I say Stoke? They're not even in there, but you know what I mean. Those players. I'm still stuck in 2010 Premier League football saying Stokes, but 11 from Cancelo, 2 from Ron. I know, awful stuff. Cannot believe I bench Cancelo. That'll teach me, won't it? That'll teach me. He'll be the first player on the team sheet. Here's Foden. Can Foden redeem himself and get himself some points before the end of the game? That would suit me down to a T. Walker. We've got 4 minutes of added time here. Jesus. De Bruyne. Is he fouled there, De Bruyne? No. Sancho picks up the ball. Oh, bit of a dodgy back pass there from Alex Telles. But De Gea is able to regather the ball and it falls to Telles again, who's kicked it against De Bruyne. And this is a bit of pinball here, but the ball is deemed to have gone out for a Manchester United goal kick. So just over 2 minutes left to play. Come on, Burnley, says Ian. Come on, Burnley. Hopefully not. Hopefully we've got a good Chelsea game coming our way. Like I say, this has been really a game of very few chances. 5 on target for Manchester City, 1 on target from Manchester United. Maybe I'm being ungrateful, but I just don't think this has been the greatest game of football. It's not going to go down as a classic Manchester derby, definitely not, but I just don't think either team, like the goals, you look at the goals, they've been awful goals, especially for Man United to concede, especially. The fact that Man City still haven't made a sub, I'm very surprised at that. We were talking about the impact that Riyad Mahrez, Raheem Sterling, Jack Grealish could make coming on, but they've not even needed them. United have made 4 out of their 5 subs. I guess you could say it's been better in the second half for Man United, but personally, I don't think so. I think it's been a dodgy second half, as it has been a dodgy first half, but you know, they've drawn the second half at this current moment in time. So what more can you want as a Manchester United fan? It doesn't matter if you lose the game altogether, if you draw the half, right? Wan-Bissaka looks forward for Rashford, but that's easily defended again. Time is ticking away ever so slowly. I'm sure it's pain for Manchester United. I'm sure Shav will tell us it's pain. De Bruyne looks long, looking for Kyle Walker. Jesus is up there as well. Falls to Jesus. Jesus looks to flick it over towards Kyle Walker, but deemed to have been offside anyway. Gabriel Jesus there. Deemed to have been offside anyway, so not a problem for the Manchester City defenders. Here's Ronaldo into, I can't even see that. Here's Rashford. Here's McSauce. Sancho. He's just so slow. Like Jadon Sancho had no direction there. He just sort of ran with the ball and turned back on himself. Corner cross whipped in, looking for Ronaldo. Probably the first real clear-cut opportunity Ronaldo's had there, and that's gone behind for a goal kick. I think that'll tell you. I think, it was Chelsea lost 1-0 to Liverpool. Wait, what? Oh, no, we didn't lose. Chelsea lost 1, Liverpool lost 0. No, we haven't lost 1-0 to Liverpool. We drew 1-0 with Liverpool when Reece James got sent off. Alex Telles going to whip in this corner, headed easily by Scott McTominay. Ronaldo's underneath that, and that has gone over the crossbar. Foul on the keeper deemed, and I think that'll be everything here in this game. It is full time. It is full time. Manchester United have conceded 2 goals. 2 goals of all of their own doing there, really. And they have lost. They've lost again. Ollie's at the wheel. Ollie's at the wheel. I'm going to conclude this really quickly here, guys, because I am conscious of the fact that you guys did want another stream in 20 minutes, and obviously I need to prepare stuff. So thank you for watching, guys. If you haven't already, be sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff, and I will see you in, 25 minutes for Chelsea versus Burnley. Make sure to, as soon as you get on that, get on it, get it shared, because I won't have time to do it. Cheers, guys. See you soon.